Okay, talk to us a bit about the Luckin model. Its service structure really out there. Is it helping to the rise and success here in the United States?
Yeah, I think Luckin has three things going for it here in New York. Number one is price. So on average, they'll be priced slightly lower than their competitors, Starbucks or other smaller coffee shops or chains. Number two is convenience. They already have 5 locations. As they open up more of those, it'll become more accessible. And number three, New York City is kind of the city of the new. And so the fact that they're novel and they have a novel menu is going to help them to grow and expand among adoption, especially with younger coffee drinkers. They have a menu that's a little bit different than what you'd find in Starbucks. And as I said, if it's new and in New York, it's going to find traction.
Let's compare and contrast Luckin to what Starbucks is doing, because as we mentioned, Starbucks doing some restructuring. It seems to be able to compete. But near where I work, there were 3, and now there's just 1 Starbucks here. So let's take a look at what Starbucks is doing. Is it trying to copy what Luckin is doing, do you think, at all?
Yeah, it's very interesting. So Starbucks has had a lot of issues around the cost of labor and labor management. And they've also had a problem, as they describe it, creating the kind of physical experience that their customers and their partners have come to expect. What I think that translates to is that they've had stores open for a very, very long time that haven't really been updated or improved. And where the average cost of a latte is about $8 here in New York City, I think customers will either want a super efficient non-experience, that is, they go, they get their coffee, they're on the run, or they're going to want something much more luxurious, and the Starbucks stores just don't have that anymore. What's interesting in their recent announcement is that Starbucks said in 2026 they have plans to renovate over 1,000 stores. My guess is you will see Starbucks either vastly improve the customer experience in those stores, which is very expensive for them, or they will lean in the direction of Luckin and Blank Street and have much more efficient, kind of lower end experiences where you can come, order ahead, get your coffee, and go.
Okay, I want to talk about the difference in the labor. Let's delve a little bit more into Luckin. Walk us through the way it works. So you just go to the app, you punch in, then you go in and pick up your coffee?
Yeah, that's exactly right. A lot of the larger chains and some now of the smaller chains have an app where you can come, you can order your drink, you can simply show up and pick it up. It's already paid for. That kind of convenience is really prized here in New York City, where speed is at a premium. So that's the model. It's kind of the speed and efficiency of a Dunkin' Donuts, but mixed with the ability to do that online. So order online, pick up offline, and you're on your way. That's radically different than what you get in a smaller coffee shop or a higher end chain, or certainly in a Starbucks, where the interaction with the barista, they take your name, they write it on a cup, you wait in line. It's just a different sort of different operating model.
Yeah, absolutely, a different vibe. Let's talk a bit about the demographic, because it seems like Luckin is clearly going after a younger crowd. And I love the fact they have a Coke-infused coffee. I want to hear about some of the other flavors they have. I've not had the pleasure of going to one here in the U.S. yet. But this younger crowd also has a lot of other options. And Boba tea comes to mind, bubble tea. What about this battle? Do you think it's going to escalate a bit?
Yeah, I do. I think one of the things you're seeing right now is an escalation of kind of the variety that appears on menus here in New York City and across the world. One great example is there was a lot of traction around cold brew, call it 1 to 3 years ago. That has now morphed into the matcha revolution. So you're seeing coffee drinks now morph to matcha drinks with all kind of flavors and infusions. I think matcha is actually the drink to watch going forward. That's a big part of their menu. You've seen that at places like Starbucks, but it's not leaned into as heavily as at some of the newer chains.
What about the tea market here in the United States? Do you think it is going to pick up any traction whatsoever?
The tea market is a tricky market here in the US. My sense is that tea is either very, very commodity, that is kind of loose leaf at home, people drink it after a meal or during the day, or it is super high-end luxury specialty teas that you might buy online or in a small shop. But its adoption, unless it becomes a drink that is boba infused or it's part of a larger sort of specialty coffee-esque drink, Tea is just a different destiny in the United States as elsewhere in the world.
Okay, Matthew Berk, as in Perk, the co-founder and CEO of Beanbox. Thanks so much for your insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.